What's going on, guys? Your Skeleton92 here with, I guess, kind of just like a vlog, basically. Just talking about some game battles I've been doing recently with my Xbox friend, Animated User 8, so shout out to him. We've been playing a lot of doubles, GBs on Xbox One, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. We've dominated some, we've lost some, and then the topic of this video really is game battle disputes. Because we've had like 3 or 4 disputes in the past like 2 days or something, man. Like every time we seem to completely dominate someone, they'll open up a dispute against us as if they're the ones who won, and that's actually what they'll say too in their dispute, is that they won when we won. Now there's been 3 instances. The very first one were these guys who they just decided to be super childish about things, and we completely destroyed them. And so, like always, we report the score as soon as the game's done, whatever. And they weren't reporting the score, so we started getting kind of like, what's going on here? 10 minutes passed, 15 minutes passed, and 20. It was like, okay, around 15 minutes passed. We started messaging them and be like, hey, you gonna report the score or what? And they started just being really I don't even know the word, man. Like I wonder if I saw the message here. Actually, I'll read it to you guys so you guys can really get what I mean. Let me see here. Just going down here. Yeah, there we go. Still got their messages. So I basically said GG, good game. It was a good game. I usually say GG to you guys even if we lose. And they weren't reporting it, so I was like, report the match, eh? And the guy was just like, LOL. And I'm like, I'm being serious, man. He's like, you got lucky, you'll get your win. I mean, like, we literally destroyed these guys with like 6 rounds to 2. And they weren't very good. They got a couple rounds in on us, but they weren't very good. And I was basically just, saying, we got skill, right? No luck involved, right? I mean, there was no luck. I mean, usually we don't use nades too much. We started using nades recently because, I mean, everyone seems to use nades like crazy in GBs. And anyways, he started saying like he's been lagging and stuff. I'm like, well, it's not my fault. I'm like, anyways, like I said, GG. And he just kept complaining about the game, saying like you sponged bullets the whole game, rematch tomorrow. He's like, you would have gotten tossed like salad, GG. I'm like, funny. I'm like, sure. I'm like, sure, we'll rematch you guys tomorrow. I'm like, I don't mind some free wins, just some competitive talk, right? And anyways, just kind of went on like that for a little bit, and then he said he reported, and I went to go check, and it was disputed. So I was like, you disputed it, seriously, dude? And I'm like, unfortunately for you, we got video proof of the match, and that'll look really bad on you guys, which we should have, because Animated User always streams GBs when we play. I got to get on to streaming them a little bit more, so you guys can join in for one, and it's good video proof, because our videos get archived. And so I thought we did have video proof. I'll explain that in a second. But he said, all right, but we won, so GG. So he starts here to try to say that he won when we won. And then I was basically, we won. I'm like, we won 6-2. What are you even saying? I'm like, you guys are being kind of, pretty immature here, And I mean, I don't know how these guys are, but he starts saying like, I run this site, kid, and he says he's 20. I mean, I don't believe that, but. Saying I don't know how the site works and all that. And anyways, that was basically the conversation with this guy. And I ended up putting a dispute back. And what happened with this Twitch streams, I don't know why, but my teammate was streaming the whole time. And for some reason that one game, I don't know if it's something they did, I really don't understand it. But for that one game, the archive did not like save it. You got everything from before the game and everything from after, but that one game for some reason didn't save it. And I noticed that they disputed like a bunch of other games in their history. And so the only thing I could really tell MLG was like, hey, look at their history. They keep disputing people. I mean, up to that point, we hadn't had any disputes ourselves. You know, I mean, we lose, we take the loss. You know, we don't even give people a negative feedback unless the only time we give people negative feedback is if they're like really late or something like that. You know, I mean, besides that, we lose, whatever, man. You know, they could be playing cheap, but they're still playing fair. You give them a positive review, man. You know, like whatever. But so I told MLG, man, I'm like, look, you know, like these guys have disputed a bunch of other people. I mean, you know, that's the only proof I really had. And thankfully, they trusted us more than those kids and took our word on it that we did win 6-2. And we did get the win. Now the second one, it wasn't too crazy. It was just kind of like same scenario, sort of, but the guys never replied to our messages. They were just saying that they didn't say anything. Sorry. What happened is we reported the match. We won the match. It was best out of 3. We won 2 in a row, and we reported it. And they were not reporting it. So I messaged them and I was asking them like, hey, I'm like, you gonna report the match or what? And they never replied. And you know, every like 5-10 minutes, I sent them a couple more messages, and they still never replied for some reason. So then I opened up the dispute, and we had video proof for this one. The Twitch archive saved it, so we highlighted both games. We sent it to MLG, and of course we got the win very easily. Now the third story is a little bit more interesting, which was last night. Now, we're not a premium member, but if you're a premium member on GBs, like GameBattles.MajorLeagueGaming.com, you have one of the perks is that you can have a staff member come in and help you guys out during a dispute. So these guys were premium members. Now what happened is that we were playing, everything was great. It was 2-2. Like I said, it's always search and destroy that we've been playing for doubles. That's what people tend to play for doubles. It was 2-2, and these guys. What happened is my teammate, I don't know what happened, but he somehow lagged out, and when he lagged out, they cut his stream off at the exact same time, which I'll get to more detail in a minute. So he lagged out, and when he lagged out in the 5th match, so it was 2-2, and they ended up killing me, 2-on-1, obviously, and it was a 3-2 lead, okay? And now, when I noticed that my friend had lagged out, it was the next round. Okay, he lagged out when it was the 5th round, but I noticed in the 6th round that he lagged out. I was kind of like, hey, where you at? He didn't say anything for some reason, and maybe I don't know what happened. I guess he was trying to figure his stuff out. So I was like, hey, what's going on? And so, anyways, I backed out. Because I backed out in the 6th round because he lagged out. And I was like, well, you know, I'm just gonna back out because my buddy lagged out. I messaged them. I was like, hey, I'm like my friend lagged out. I'm like, you were up 3-2. Technically, it was a tie game 2-2, but I was like, whatever. I'm like, they were up 3-2, right? And I'm like, can you back out and you know, we'll get them back in here. And they were, at first they were cool. They're like, oh yeah, that's, you know, that's cool. And I'm like, okay, you guys were up 3-2. So I'm like, so when we go back into a game, you guys need 3 wins and we need 4, right? You know, even though my friend lagged out when it was a tie game. So they agreed to that. They're like, yeah, they agreed. They're like, yeah, you know, that's correct. And so we went in. And we ended up doing really good, and we won. They won 2 rounds, which would have brought them to 5 rounds, and then we won 4 rounds, which brought us to 6. So we won 6-5, and then as the minute we won that 6th round, the minute we won that 4th round in that game, which made it 6th round for us, they instantly quit the game, you know. So I'm like, okay, well, they're playing fairly, right? Like, they know that we needed 4 wins and they needed 3, and then all of a sudden, they started saying that they won, and because I went to go report the score, and they had reported the score before the game was even over, because like I have the page up to type in the info like the second the game is over. You know, I'm always like that. I report the scores instantly. And the minute I reported it, it said they already reported it. I was like, that's really weird because I literally did it like right in that second. And so they ended up disputing us and said they had proof, and then we said we had proof, you know, and because again, my buddy was streaming. Now, what happened is I got a message from a guy saying that he was an MLG official and asking me to accept his game invite, so I did. And he was with another guy training someone, and again, because the other team was premium members, we had this perk as well. And we were talking in game chat to the MLG officials, but for some reason the other team would not do it. They just kept messaging the MLG official. They kept telling them like, "Hey, come to game chat," and they refused to do it for some reason. So right there, they were. You could see they were being like super uncool, and you know he was saying like apparently they had proof, so he was telling us to both submit our proof and a ticket, so we did. And all we really had is that because my friend's stream ended at the exact same time that he got lagged out. So I don't know if like something happened to his internet or what, but he got lagged out, and so all we could really show is that his stream ended in that round. And the MLG official said that you know, whoever's lying to me is gonna get banned, right? And once he said that, like a few minutes later, one of their teammates suddenly admitted that, oh hey, yeah, his his teammate, talking about my teammate, lagged out when it was 3-2, you know, and admitted that was a score. And so you know, you could tell that they were lying straight through their teeth. And you know, it's kind of ironic how they thought that they could, you know, pull a quick one on an MLG official, you know. But yeah, so that's basically what happened. And he said, you know, based on all the information he had gathered between us all, that he was most likely going to award the win to us, being me, J Skelton 92, and my friend Animated User 8. And that all we have to do is submit the ticket with any proof we had, and that you know, after that there would be a final decision made. And so we did that. We submitted the footage. You know, it doesn't show him actually getting kicked out of the lobby; just his stream ends right there. That's the best we had, unfortunately. And shortly after, maybe like 20 minutes after, I got an email from another MLG official saying, you know, after reviewing your evidence, we've awarded you with the win, so we're very pleased about that, you know. But on the side note, we're most likely not going to be playing GBs until I get an Elgato, because you know, it's just with an Elgato I can constantly record stuff and have it on a backlog in case, you know, stuff like this goes down. You know, it's just been so many disputes. It's really tiring. It takes a lot of time. Like last night with those guys, I mean, we were in this lobby talking with these MLG officials for like a good 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, if not more. The whole dispute took maybe like half an hour. And so it was a while. And, you know, it's very frustrating when you're playing against, you know, little kids that, you know, they can't be mature about stuff and report the scores fairly, and, you know, they keep opening these disputes against you just because, you know, you're better than them. It's like, it's always going to happen, right? There's going to be people that own us, and there's going to be people that we own. It's just, you know, it happens, you know. We're trying to play competitively. We're trying to get better. We're trying to play, you know, be better Call of Duty players. And, you know, we're starting at the bottom. I mean, we got, you know, like, I think 4 wins and 8 losses, man. Like, you know, we're just trying to get this going. You know, we're trying to get good, right? Trying to practice. So it's a learning process. But we're not here flipping out, starting disputes over people because they own us or something. I mean, that's really stupid. You know, that's really stupid, and it's really childish. So I mean, for any of you guys watching this, if you play GBs, you know, please be fair to the people you're playing against, man. Like, you know, if you get whooped, you know, be a good sport. Take it like a man or like a woman or whatever. You know, if you're a girl, you know, take it like a grown up. You know, so you know, yeah, I guess that's it for this video. It's just a vlog, just kind of ranting about my experience with a few GBs and all these disputes that people keep opening up because we outplay them. in some games. So yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, share, and all that awesome stuff. And if you have any suggestions or questions for any future videos, then let me know, and I will record any videos you guys want. Hopefully I can get an Elgato soon and have some gameplay going on, and you know, with these commentaries, kind of like a picture-in-picture. And yeah, so hopefully you guys like this video. Again, if you liked it, subscribe, like, comment, share, and all that awesome stuff. And again, if you have any ideas for other videos, please let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, game on.
Darkness taking up